Welcome back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John here with my good friend Corey Kirkland. Corey, good to have you back.
Good to be here, John. Thank you.
We're going to be talking about a brand new, in fact, so brand new, we're not even sure if this is the final version of it. This is going to be the E16SS-TC. Well, Corey, once again, we have a very early special edition guitar right here. This is the Eastman E16SS-TC limited edition. Before we get into that, though, I would like to once again remind you that if you have not done so yet, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the good stuff, the thumbs up, do the comments, all the stuff that makes you part of our Acoustic Shop community. Because again, if you're not doing that, one, you're not supporting the channel, which is how we can continue to do this stuff. But two, you don't get to find out about stuff like this, which is an early production model, way earlier than anybody else has been able to see it if you're not subscribed. So please do that. And like always, there is a full produced, well, it's not produced because it was so far from produced, Corey. We were making it up as we went, but it is an entire performance video with us playing this guitar as well as that one on a James Taylor classic. Fire and Rain is a very, very cool tune. So you can see that in the links below, and it'll take you directly to that video. Also, there is a link down below to take you directly to the tone samples, so you don't have to listen to us talk about what we feel about this guitar. So, but I know most of you care. They care about what we think, Corey.
They care about what you think.
No, they care about what you think.
They don't care about what I think.
You're right. Nobody cares about what you think, Corey.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome, buddy. Anyway, no, I'm real glad to have Corey in here. Corey is a fantastic guitar player, and it's been fun to talk about guitars with you because I think you're on this journey yourself of what are you loving, what are you wanting to get into, and all these new variations are just new ways for you to kind of find out what you love, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Eastman is hitting a lot of the marks of the things that I'm trying to find for myself too.
Which is cool.
Which is really cool because they also have great value along with the tone that they create. I'm really liking this guitar a lot because of obviously the thermo-cured nature of it, but the Sitka spruce top, the mahogany, I'm finding is being a little bit closer to what I'm wanting to hear these days.
But here's the deal, Corey. We're not talking about that guitar.
Yeah.
We're talking about this guitar.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. No, that is a fantastic one too. And again, we do have a review of that guitar as well on our channel. So you should check that one out. That's the E16SS-TC. This is a newer, even crazier version of that guitar. In fact, one that most people don't even know exists. It is the 16. And everybody's like, what is an E16? You know what? I didn't know. Did you know?
I didn't.
Nobody knew.
Not until it came into our shop.
Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things like I was talking to one of the fellows. I was like, who is the buyer that's looking for a maple slope shoulder? They're out there, obviously. So we're finding them. This was something that they wanted to try. And actually is impressive. I'm very, very impressed. This is a maple back and sides. In fact, in this version, this is the prototype that was sent here. We have the various ones, so there may be a few spec changes that come out of the full production version of this. Again, should be a few months down the road, and probably by the time you're watching it, will probably have been released in its full one. So again, if we miss the specs by a little bit, it's because this is what we have. But this particular one has a bird's eye maple back and sides, and I do think that they'll be seeing some other ones in some of the more quilteds and flame maples and all that. But the 16 will stay as a maple back and sides. So I guess 16 means maple back and sides, spruce top. That's at least what we're going to go with right now.
That's very unique, and I haven't really seen a lot of slope shoulder guitars that do something like this.
Gibson did a few different ones. You saw the Gospel, and I know there was another, and I cannot for the life of me remember what that model was, but definitely has been used quite a bit. Maple has been popular in the Gibson line for quite a long time. Again, this one does keep the thermo-cured Sitka spruce top on here, or it might even be an Addy top. You know what? This looks like an Addy top. I'm going to go with, since it's a teen, I'm going to say it's an Addy top. So again, you'll spec it out and you'll find out. I'm assuming it's an Addy top. So Adirondack spruce top. One thing that I really liked about this one were some of the ornate appointments. I like the color pretty well, but I love the tortoise bound fretboard. It's subtle. It's very, you have to look for it and to notice it's there, but there's like this color variation in there, as well as the tortoise bound all the way around the rest of the guitar. Again, I think that there may be an inlay change on this, but this particular one has that same diamond inlay that we had on the E20 SSV, and I like that one a lot. So I believe that they are going to do a change on that as well. We'll find out. You guys, if you see it before we do, send us a message. Tell us what you guys see out there. But again, a very cool Gibson inspired, has the reverse belly bridge. Ebony, again, instead of rosewood. And I know some of you purists are going to be like, well, why would they do ebony? Ebony, again, was a much easier thing for export and import. Even though a lot of the CITES rules have been dropped, we still have some issues with taxing and all that on rosewood. So it makes more sense. And for most people, the durability of ebony, over rosewood, much more durable. You will see wear on rosewood a little bit quicker. As far as the tone, surprising with the mahogany there, I really expected to see a much brighter and bigger contrast. Now, I do think it's there. We definitely, it'd be better if it was in tune. But there was a lot more depth in this guitar than what I expected. Maple tends to be a brighter, crisper type of deal. So I think you're getting some of that sheen on the top end, and yet you're still getting a lot of low end.
It's almost as if this guitar was opening up as you were playing it a little bit.
I could hear that a little bit too. I agree. Again, these are prototype runs and brand new, so they can definitely see some changes as we kind of get them.
Yeah.
That guitar, I think it was, when it came out, was going to be a big seller. And again, we're recording this early, so this was literally when this guitar came out. But that said, I think that they kind of hit a unique mark here, because some people who want that, I think it's really going to show up, I think, in more of the worship world, that kind of stuff, where they're wanting some of that really bright Taylor-esque sizzle and all that, but yet still love that Gibson sound, and also some of that Eastman tone that has kind of all come into one. So again, we asked that question at the beginning, who's looking for a slope shoulder maple dread? Well, I think that may be the person, and they may not even know it yet.
I think it's just kind of carving out a new area, at least a more modern new area of something that was a classic.
I like that. I like what you're saying right there. So again, very responsive, very playable. As far as specs on this, again, we're keeping with that Gibson E spec of 1 inch and 11/16. I know, again, some of you are going to say that Gibson does a 32nd bigger than that, and you are right. But I've also played some of those. Have you measured them? Because sometimes they're not even that close on that 32nd. 32nd. You know how small a 32nd is?
It's really small. It's like an ant.
So there you go.
Very small.
But very much in that Gibson-inspired inch and 11/16 ebony fretboard. I love the tortoise bound. Again, the open geared tuners. So again, this was one that I really, really liked on this guitar. We talked about the herringbone on the E6, but I love that they darkened the inside of the sound hole on this and kind of put that black ring on the inside of there, giving it, again, a different look. They've always done the white on the E6 as well as the E20s and E10s and the SSs. I like this black very well. So again, new look, new sound, all that kind of stuff in a super early look of the E16SS-TC. This is going to be a limited production. They're not going to be running this for a long time, so it is a limited edition guitar. And so if you're thinking you might want to get something a little bit different, and still stay in that slope shoulder dread world, this may be the guitar for you. So if you got nothing else to add to that, Corey, I think what we're going to do now is kind of play it for them, let them hear what it sounds like.
Sounds good.
appreciate you guys watching that video. It was my favorite one we've made so far. We've done hundreds of videos, and that was the best one.
It was.
And the next one's going to be even better. If you'd like to see that, be sure you subscribe to this channel. And also, the more you comment and interact below, the more the YouTube algorithms pick it up and start pushing it out to other people, like-minded people.
Algorithms?
Algorithms, they're everywhere. They permeate the internet, and YouTube's got one, and it watches our videos, and it sees how much you comment, and then it pushes us to other people like you. And we want everyone to experience the Acoustic Shop world, where we talk about instruments, we do reviews, we got some fun videos coming up. We thank you guys so much for being a part of it, and we'll see you in the next video.